Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we've got some more Twitter dev feedback, which this one I got really excited when reading it. There's just some really good questions that they picked and answers that they gave that got me excited for the game. So it's going to be a fair bit of reading. So if you hate my reading, I'll leave it linked to this in the description and you can just go check it out there. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing I want to say is the first two are very end and late game related, but hang on because the ones towards the end are really enjoyable for everyone, I think. So the first question, after chapter 30 of the campaign, it feels like there's not much to aim for and the rewards are quite limited. Do you agree? The answer, going forward in future, we plan to develop a better progression experience for players, making the process of progressing more enjoyable. We will start with the following three aspects. We'll continue to create and introduce more chapters in the main campaign, and by doing so, we'll smooth out the difficulty curves of the previous chapters. This will allow players to experience more content than was previously possible. This is what they've always been doing. They introduce new chapters, say the difficulty of other ones have been eased, and then they keep progressing. It's pretty standard to what they've already been doing. Next, we will raise the quantity of rewards. We're currently balancing the resource output for late game players and hope that by optimizing the Field of Stars feature, we can better improve the late game and contribute to overall better campaign progression experience. And I think the Field of Stars is a good one to do it, because if you want to modify something, all you do is add another node in the Field of Stars tied into your campaign progression, and then you can get more rewards. I think that's just a really nice and easy way to do it. Lastly is new content. We will continue designing new class exclusive artifacts with the aim to create better synergies between heroes and artifacts. So to me that sounds like they mean more like we're only waiting on the ranger artifact, but it sounds like to me, at least from reading that, they might do more class artifacts for each class as well, which would be cool. It's gonna get pretty hard to get them because what's to get the ranger one, I'm thinking it's gonna be like chapter 31 cleared or chapter 32. I can't remember what we're up to, but we'll see what they put in for that one. So next up, we're gonna zoom in a little here so we can see this one a bit better. Increasing the number of floors of the Twisted Realm may lead to reduction in the player rewards. Thus, they won't bother to raise their resonating crystal level and will just give up on the campaign altogether. So for those wondering what this is about, this is a very end game issue. It's basically the Twisted Realm bosses. You have different levels of them, and what your level is, you get grouped into a new group. And what they're saying is endgame players are like, well, why would I level up and then cost myself the rewards of getting high ranks in that? So basically, if you level up your crystal by one level, instead of being in the legend rank, you might be in a diamond rank or something like that. So people are halting their campaign progression to stay in a lower level of the Twisted Realm bosses so they can get more of the Twisted Essence, which is really important. So that's what they're referring to. This is an unfortunate issue that we did not expect to see. Players shouldn't have to stifle their progression by holding back on level up. So we're seriously considering how to improve the design flaws regarding the Twisted Realm, which includes careful consideration of altering the rules to put a stop to this vicious cycle. So they acknowledge that it's an issue, and they're looking at fixing it. Yeah, that's something beyond me. I don't know. I don't have a good solution for that. So we'll just see what they come up with. Next one. During the Overlord crossover event, one of the heroes had an 85% discount. Will future crossover heroes also be available at such a discount? And it was a good discount. Like, it's nice for if you're happy to be a light spender and spend a little bit. It's nice not to have to spend $50 to get a new hero, which was cool. I thought it was a really good idea. We gave this a try to see what the results would be like, and the player comments online have been pretty good. A lot of them are asking that if we offer this kind of discount again for future crossover events. As a result, we're pleased to announce we have already been, this is the good bit, been in talks with several other IP owners about future crossover events and have agreed that if multiple characters are available during certain crossover event, players can enjoy an 85% discount on the first hero they purchase. So the first thing in that is if they do multiple dimensionals, it's going to be the one is going to be 85% discount, which is really nice. That's cool. But the thing I'm most excited about is that they've been in talks with several IP owners. I know some people don't like the dimensional thing. I absolutely love it. I think the only issue is the exchange of them. I feel like that really needs some balancing out, because that is the tedious part, especially where I'm at on my free-to-play account where I'm maxed out on lab coins, and like it's like, will I be able to get it because of lab coins? So I think they really need to balance that out. Maybe make a secondary free-to-play option. I don't know on how to get them. I'm not saying make it like just free. I'm saying like make it expensive, but maybe make it like Challenger coin expensive for once instead of Labyrinth coins, so we can, you know, use Labyrinth coins, or make it Guild coin expensive, something like that. Not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, on that topic, meanwhile, we'll also be changing the sales rules and description of the current dimensional heroes as soon as possible. More details about that will be announced later. So that's interesting to me. When it says sales, I'm thinking it is to do with the purchasing. Like just clarifying that the first one is 85% and then the second one is 50%. I'm low-key hoping that they're changing something to do with the free-to-play exchange, but to me that sounds like the money-based thing. But we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, more details about it soon. But like I'm pumped. Like I love these crossovers that they're doing. Like the anime ones, I do really like that. I am really enjoying it. Ezio, absolute beast. Like I love that. So I'm keen to see what, because they say several. So we already know about the next one coming up, which is hopefully, I don't know whether it'll be soon or ish, or we'll wait and see. Anyway, several IPs. I'm pumped about that. Anyway, let's continue. Next one. Okay. There's too much pressure on militias looking to reach the top of the leaderboard during the Abyssal Expedition event. Over the last few seasons, we've noticed the top ranking militias typically put in a lot of time and effort, but also that the pressure to compete for honorable status and frames is getting a bit too much for board leaders. It is hectic. If you're serious about this, like I look at Sir Charles and stuff like that, and like the guys at Cloud, and put a lot of effort in. It's hectic. I know a lot of people that don't see that sort of stuff, but man, for the few people that do go absolutely ham on this thing, it's nuts. Taking into consideration season frequency, we've decided that the threshold for attaining season 3 honorable status and frame will change from the top 110 100 to 330 100. We hope it will allow players to enjoy working together more through the Abyssal Expedition. So the thing with this is I see this as an impossible problem to fix. By increasing it to 330 100, you're slightly easing the load on those that are strained at the moment, but severely increasing the load on a much larger player base that's in that 10 to 30 bracket. That's how I view it. And then also those that are in the top 5, but not like, you know what I mean? So I feel like the pressure is still on for everyone, and you're adding pressure to more people. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a good thing. Give it to more people. But I just feel like the pressure, if you are inclined to push for those type of things, it's always going to be a thing. It's always going to be a thing. But good on them for trying to fix it. But I just think like it's still going to be a thing, because if you want to push for rank top 3, you're effectively just pushing for rank 1, and you'll settle for 3rd. That's the way I view it anyway. We'll see what happens. What will happen to the Battle of Blood in the future? This answer I'm really happy about. After the Battle of Blood event went live, we could feel a lot of enthusiasm from players and received a lot of feedback, with some of the feedback also highlighting its shortcomings. I'm glad they mentioned that. At the moment, we're in the middle of optimizing it, and fairly soon we aim to introduce everyone to a newer iteration of the Battle of Blood. We're hoping to make it a better experience. As well as that, we felt quite inspired whilst working on the Battle of Blood. A new, fairer, and more interesting tactical experience is in the works, so please look out for that. So to me, that sounds like they're redoing the Battle of Blood, but they're also working on another feature, which I'm hoping is guild battles, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Battle of Blood, because obviously the Battle of Blood was, I had so much fun with it at the start, and then I got really burnt out on it, because you just, like, I reckon 60 to 70% of the matches, you'd see both hands and you go, that person wins, like, that person has an 80 or 90% chance of winning, like, just by seeing the hands. So it was very, like, the odd time where you both had a trash hand and it's like, I have no idea who's going to win this. This is pretty 50-50. It was really exciting. But the majority of the time it was like, oh, sweet, so yeah, I win. Or sweet, I lose. Like, it was like a lot of that. And when you play it for a long time and then you start tanking your rating after like 3 bad hands in a row, it's not a great feeling. So absolutely keen to see how they balance it out. I think it was a fantastic feature for them to implement, and I think it's just going to keep getting better along the way. So keen to see what happens there. Now, this is the last one. Which heroes are set to be adjusted? I think they forgot a 2 in that question. Which heroes are set to be adjusted? Yeah, to be adjusted in the future. Good, it wasn't me, it was the text. Okay, so let's zoom out 1 here so we can see the whole thing. Do we want to get the... No, we can't do that. Okay. In the next few version releases, we intend to make adjustments to some of the unpopular characters which have low usage rates. For example, Antandra of the Maulers. She has good endurance, but her other characteristics are lacking, making it hard to put her with other heroes, as there's a lack in synergy. I was about to say in and read it as of, and I've said if synergy. RIP. Let's continue. When we make the changes, we'll try to give her some characteristics other than just damage output and self-regeneration / healing, making it easier for players to pair her with other heroes. Another example is when a hero's ultimate ability doesn't have as much benefits as their basic abilities, in which case we'll need to make adjustments to their ultimates. So that's interesting. So first of all, Antandra reads really strong. She reads like she's going to be impossible to kill from her recovery rate, but she just gets 1 shot, so it doesn't matter. She has, you know, some decent damage. She has a little bit of CC with her leg sweep, but she's just not that usable. So I'm keen to see what they do with her and other heroes moving forward. And the one about ultimate abilities not having as much impact as the regular abilities, the first one that comes to mind for me would be something like Lawson. He's got that AoE ultimate which reduces energy, I believe. I haven't even read that thing in a long time, but you know, he's all about that eye and the link and nothing else. So I think that's the kind of thing they're talking about, where the ultimate's just like meh. Another really average ultimate to me personally, but some people may like it, is Hendrik. I feel like, you know, Hendrik's cool with his passive with the knockbacks. Then he's also got like his saving the backline and stuff like that. He's got a nice self-recovery passive, but then his ultimate, he just sort of knocks enemies down for a second and then that's it. So he's another one that I feel like his ultimate doesn't really suit, but hey, you guys may like it, so that's just a personal opinion there. This is my 3rd time trying to read this last paragraph. I keep getting stumbled on it, so let's hope we get it right this time. As for some popular heroes, players usually have a strong motivation to obtain and strengthen their signature items or exclusive furniture, since these heroes are used more often. However, some of their signature item skills and exclusive furniture abilities are actually quite weak and may be a poor match for the hero themselves. In light of these currently unsuitable designs, we aim to adjust them in the future releases. Got it. That I struggled with that paragraph so hard. Anyway, basically what they're saying is some heroes, their signature items or furnitures aren't that great, which kind of sucks for them, so they're going to try and balance it out. Hopefully not make them completely busted, because they're talking mainly about, I feel like this is a good broad example for all heroes should have something that you kind of want to obtain, but if you make them all good, then some are still going to feel weaker than others. But some of the stronger heroes, like they're saying, you know, you want to have incentive to build those things because you're using them the most, so you want to get the stats that come from it as well. But if the ability's trash, then you're in this catch of, do I upgrade that ability and get the poor ability and sacrifice not getting a good ability on something else just to get those stats? So I think that's what they're referring to. So I'm keen to see what they change on stuff like that in the future. But that is it for the dev feedback. I really enjoyed this one. I'm looking forward to the balances talked about here, the Battle of Blood stuff. What else was there? There was something else I was really looking forward to. Oh yeah, new collabs. New collabs. Should be fun. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.